Hello again, this is me, Miss Flores, and welcome to the continuation of the discussion for Introduction to Contemporary Issues. In this video, I will be presenting to you the different skills needed in studying contemporary issues. So these are the skills that you need to master as students of contemporary issues. First skill is identifying the primary and secondary sources. As students of contemporary issues, you must be able to identify what sources are considered primary and what are considered secondary sources. First, let us identify what primary source is. Primary sources are sources which provides direct or first-hand evidences. These are immediate or first-hand accounts of topic from people who had direct connection on it. Some examples of primary sources are the following. We have diary or newspaper. We could also use original research as primary resources, photographs or videos of a particular event. Those are examples of primary sources. Now let's go to the secondary sources. So secondary sources are basically analysis or interpretation of the primary sources. Examples of which are the following. We have textbook. The textbooks that we often use in school, those are secondary sources because the information written in there are taken from the primary sources. Another example would be biopics or documentaries. So those are examples of secondary sources. Now, the next skill that you have to master as students of contemporary issue is distinguishing fact from opinion. What is fact and what is opinion? Let's go first with fact. When we say fact, it means it is absolute truth. It is already proven to be true, and it is supported by data. Next, one example of fact is Batangas City is part of Calabarzon. This is something that cannot be disputed. It is already proven and established that Batangas City is part of Calabarzon. And that's a fact. Next, now how is opinion different from fact? Opinion is based on the definition is idea, impression, or conjecture, and this is the expression of the mind of a person with regards to the truth. Please take note that an opinion must be regarding truth. So meaning when we say or when we express our opinions, it must still be based on the truth. Example, Batangas City is more beautiful than Makati. So this one is not to be considered as a fact because it could still be debatable. Some people would consider Makati as more beautiful than Batangas, while some would consider Batangas as more beautiful than Makati. But how is this based on truth? It could be because Batangas becomes more beautiful because of less traffic compared to Makati City. So there is still foundation of truth. There is still basis. This next skill is very important, and that is identifying bias. So bias, this is what we often hear, especially in the current political setting. So, madalas natin naririnig yun na, ang bias ng media, ang bias nito. ganyan. But what exactly is bias? So when we say bias, it means prejudice natin in favor of or against one thing, person, or group. Ito yung nagiging uh, may kinikilingan tayo. We're being one-sided. So it is usually seen as unfair. We are siding for or against a particular person, thing, or a group. That's bias. And also, as students of contemporary issues, you need to be able to form inferences, generalizations, and conclusion. So let's try to see what these things mean. Let's go first with inference. So inference, it is also known as a thought out theory or educated guess. So meaning you are formulating a conclusion based on your previous knowledge or your background knowledge or the information that you have gathered in the past. So for example, you went out of your house and then you saw that the sky is black or is dark, and you know from your previous experience that when the sky is dark, it is going to rain. So when you saw that when you went out the house, you concluded that it is going to rain. So you brought your umbrella. So that is inference. Drawing out a conclusion based on your background or your previous knowledge. Next, we have generalization. So it says here that generalization involves mental process where one connects information to make a summary statement. For example, one common example of a generalization is this. Nako, yung mga lalaki talaga, mga manloloko. Nako, yung mga babae talaga, mahilig sa gwapo. Those are generalization, meaning you are making a statement about all or most of the people altogether. Lastly, we have conclusion. So, conclusion, it is a statement that describes relationship among information or data after careful study, observation, and analysis of evidence. So, this is usually the last part of a research, meaning you're summing up all the points or all the data you have gathered. You are deriving to a particular decision. That is conclusion. And these are all the references which I used and where I got the information presented in this presentation. You may check them all out in order for you to learn more about contemporary issues. That's all for me today. I hope you learned a lot, and please do not forget to click like, share, and subscribe. And follow me on my IG at C43300 underscore 7. And that's all. Goodbye and thank you. See you on my next video. Bye.